Almost live. And okay, we are live as well.
Okay, I'm going to open the door. You guys are live. Have fun.
Well, we're early, guys. You can wait a minute.
Okay, 1 minute.
Well,
30
now it's
seconds,
2.
30 seconds.
We don't have to start, Jeff. You could talk to everybody. Do you want to be spotlighted at the beginning, bro?
Oh, sure. Then I'll take my spotlight off.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, there he does. Okay, let's let him in here. Welcome, everybody.
Hi, it's Jeff Pulver, and welcome back to Jeff's place. It feels like I haven't left, really. It's so nice to see Jennifer and Johnny and Beth and Wes and Victoria. So thank you all for being part of the show today. So today's style is Songwriters in the round, which means it's really not so much me talking as much as you guys, to the extent that you'd like to share your some of the magic behind the songs that you write, stories behind the stories, if you will. It's sort of like behind the scenes. If you remember VH1 Behind the Music, or any type of intimate setting where there are people here listening to your music, but also curious about the stories. That was the inspiration originally about Songwriters in the Round, and really for songwriters to talk to songwriters and middlemen like me to take myself out of the conversation. But I'm not going very far. I'm here, and I'm really grateful to all of you for being part of this. And apparently our puppy saw Electro Blue Yonder's puppy in their picture, so Mocha just decided to come in by my feet over here. So it's kind of cute. I'd like to thank you all for being here. I hope you're all having a good holiday season. I'm really grateful to have this show to not only share the music around the world with friends, but also for the community that we've created and for what continues to grow. And as 2021 comes to an end and 2022 happens, we have some exciting plans, both to continue the virtual that we're doing, plus to go live when we can. I have an opportunity, it seems, to go to Nashville in the middle of January, so I might just go to Nashville, and maybe if it works out, we'll be in a friend's studio. Actually, they have a venue too, so maybe we'll actually go live there. We'll see. It's still a month away, or so it seems, although it's really not a month away. Anyway,
hey, Jeff, can I interject momentarily? Sorry to steal from you, but we're going to be not too far away from Nashville in January. We're going to be in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, recording from the 2nd to the 15th of January. So if you find yourself in Nashville and you find yourself with a couple extra hours to drive down for an afternoon or something, you're welcome to come visit the studios down there as well.
Sounds like a plan. Actually would be fun. And Wes and Victoria, you're still in Colorado?
Yes, we are. We're still here just south of Denver, a little place called Lone Tree with more than one tree.
That's okay. And Jennifer's in Vail, but Vail, North Carolina.
Oh,
exactly.
A little harder to ski that Vail, I'm guessing.
It is.
A little harder. So, all right, when it kick off the show, Jennifer, the stage is yours. Please just do a proper introduction of yourself, your influences, and what you'll be singing about today on the show. Stage is yours. What should I say? I should mention we're going. I'm so sorry. It's gonna be one artist after the other. So today's show is gonna be Jennifer, then Electric Blue Yonder, and Wes Victoria, and we're gonna be rotating around that way. So, but anyway, Jennifer, please do introduce yourself as I take myself quietly out of the spotlight.
No problem. So I am Jennifer Alvarado. I apologize. I'm coming back from some laryngitis. I had a little adverse reaction to my inhaler over the weekend. Always fun. So if my voice goes out, just make up some words and sing with me. Yeah, that's what this will be. I am a singer-songwriter, obviously from Vail, and it's a tiny little place that most people don't know of and get very confused and think when I say I'm going home to Vail that I'm talking about Colorado. I'm not. I have been writing since I was really young. It's always been my go-to thing for trying to process thoughts and feelings and anxiety and all those things. And I started playing guitar and singing probably a few years after I started writing. And my influences have been mostly country artists, but my mom was really into classic rock, so I love that. I started with contemporary Christian music, and I'm kind of all over the place. So, yeah. So, a few years ago, I was writing for a church, and we had to write a Christmas album. And just so y'all know, like, I am not a huge fan of Christmas songs, but I'm going to do a Christmas song, which is probably a little weird. So, this song is called Starlight. It's something that I wrote because we needed an upbeat song, and my dog is going crazy in the background, so I apologize. But it's called Starlight, and I'll play it. A baby born in Bethlehem, Savior sent to take our sin. Born to us the Son of Man, holy, holy, perfect Lamb. Star night, star bright, following a star tonight. Angels sing while love shines bright on the face of God tonight. Wise men came to see this King, born to the world in humble means. Inside a stall, the manger lie, while angels sang a lullaby. Star night, star bright, following a star tonight. Angels sing while love shines bright on the face of God. Star night, star bright, following a star tonight. Angels sing while love shines bright on the face of God tonight. And holy, holy, pure and worthy, we sing praises to our King. Heaven's glory, love and mercy, glory to the God we sing. Holy, holy, pure and worthy, we sing praises to our King. Heaven's glory, love and mercy, glory to our God we sing. And star night, star bright, following a star tonight. Angels sing while love shines bright on the face of God. Starlight, star bright, following a star tonight. Angels sing while love shines bright on the face of God. Starlight, star bright, glory to our God Most High. Sing His praises, love shines bright on the face of God tonight.
Oh, that was beautiful. For someone who doesn't like singing, like creating Christmas, my goodness, that was beautiful from the heart. And thank you. So next up is Electric Blue Yonder.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
I'm Beth.
I'm Johnny. We're coming to you from Montgomery, Alabama today. That's where we're both from and currently live. We're a space folk band. Takes sort of old times rhythms and folk type style music, and then mixes it with a little bit of psychedelia and really harmony driven vocals. So we have a couple albums out. And we used to tour pretty extensively up until about 2020, and then we're starting to get back out there again. So we hope to see you all in the IRL at some point.
What do you want to start with?
You want to do one off maybe 1,000 Years?
Sure.
So this song's called 1,000 Years, and it's our newest album, Morning Sounds, is sort of a exploration of processing loss and grief. And it sort of takes you into the depths of that and then brings you back out on the B-side of the album. And this is this song that proceeds Into the Void. So it's sort of that moment, kind of when you're touching the bottom in your grief. So there's a cool video for it on our YouTube channel. If you get a chance, go check it out. It made our bass player, Russell, somewhat famous as a Bacter. This is 1,000 Years. Sitting on the bottom of the ocean, staring out into the blue. I can still hear the last thing you said to me echoing through the open sea. 1,000 years of silence, living day by day. The cost of love was violence, and I have nothing left to pay. All I did was stand up for what I thought was right, but I'm not sure. Forever hanging on the word to say, until I quietly drift away. Shadows of giants, living day by day. But we sucked all the air out of the room. Now there's nothing left to say.
That was beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome.
1,000 Years, and yeah, I like that space folk description. That was kind of very cool. A nice genre to be in, space folk.
As far as I know, we're sort of the only ones right now.
Hey, you're pioneers. You're pioneering it. It's kind of beautiful. Well, and good afternoon to Wes and Victoria. How you doing?
We're doing wonderful.
Excellent.
I mean, how could we do any less given the two songs we just heard? It's amazing.
And by the way, belated happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we got a few miles on the odometer on this side of the video screen here. You know, we're it's great to be back, and happy holidays, you guys, to the whole Pulververse over there, and to everyone. Let's see. I'm loving today. I mean, first of all, great songs just to start with, and I got a new favorite. I mean, this is one of the few places that Victoria and I can come to hear the kind of music we love to listen to, anymore. And I'm hearing that little bit of that Southern vibe in everyone's voice. And we started out in Texas, and because of our vintage, how's that a nice way to say our age, right? Because of our vintage, we started out with, and we actually played with these people. We played Vic. Vic played with Townes Van Zandt once. These are our influences, Townes Van Zandt, Guy Clark, Donovan. We did a show with Donovan some years ago, and we were playing. We were at the Continental Club in Austin. We had a recording studio in Austin. We came out of the Southern Texas singer-songwriter sort of world, and Vic's playing harmonica with Townes Van Zandt on a very famous song called Pancho and Lefty. And Townes had a reputation for getting his snoot in the barrel, if you know what I mean. And he totally is so drunk he can't remember the words to his own song. So they're playing, and he looks at Victoria and says, "Do you know the words to this song?" Which, of course, most of us folky type Americana types know the song Pancho and Lefty. And so she sings along on his song until he can figure out where he's at again, and then he dives back in. We've had a lot of adventures on the music world, and our brief claims to fame are some songs in a film. I got a song I wrote called "The Ballad of Billy Saigon," which I know you guys know, that ended up on a record with one guy named Springsteen, and the other guy on the record was named Dylan, and that was a real thrill. It's a foreign label, so the royalties literally might buy us a cup of coffee one day, but you don't do this. You do, at least anyway. We do this stuff because we really can't not do it, and we come out of that world, and we're starting to actually get back on the road ourselves. And I can't wait to hear your record, you guys, the Blue Yonder folks, because you're cutting in an amazing place, and I already know the songs are going to be great. So, and I love the idea of what you're talking about, singing about. So, with all that, people often ask us, "How did you guys meet?" Since we've been together since before they made Dirt. And we met at a place called the Swamp Water Saloon in San Antonio, Texas, back before Ronald Reagan was president. So there's a little timeline for you. This is pretty autobiographical, this song. It's called "The Trouble Kind." Now she was pretty as a dream. She had long brown hair and eyes of green. Always looking for a fight, getting through by getting by. That must have been a sign. She was born the trouble kind. On a winter Texas night. Now the stars were out, the full moon bright. It's too soon, that doctor warned. On the night that I was born. Now surely that's a sign. I was born the trouble kind. At a bar in San Antonio. Yeah, we were drunk and both alone. When we tangled up our lives, saw each other in our eyes. It must have been a sign. We were both the trouble kind. Man, the years went by and the times got hard. The minds were lost and the hearts that came apart. But somehow through it all, we stayed side by side, and no one could believe that our love survived. Now surely that's a sign that there's hope for the trouble kind. There's no use worrying where it might lead. You lose your wants, you fill your needs. And somewhere further down that line, just open up your heart and find there has always been a sign. Heaven helps the trouble kind. This whole world is full of signs that heaven helps the trouble kind. Heaven helps the trouble kind. Heaven helps the trouble kind.
Oh, that's nice. Hey guys, if you have your video off, you can maybe turn it on to share some love and applause. It's always appreciated. That was absolutely wonderful. I love the harmonica, Victoria. Wonderful accompaniment, and wow. Wow. Thank you so much. All right, Jennifer, you ready for song number 2? You feeling okay?
Yeah. I actually was going to ask a question, if that's okay.
Go ahead, please.
Okay. And this is for both. But my question is, what is kind of your process for writing? Because I know mine, but I'm always interested in knowing other people's process in writing. What usually comes first, lyrics or music, or as Victoria just gives it over.
I do harmonica.
Hey, and you do an amazing job.
I'll jump in, and then we'll let Montgomery, Alabama, speak up. For me, it depends on whether I'm co-writing,
Okay.
or if I'm writing. Like if I'm co-writing with the different writers I work with, sometimes people just sit in a room and we toss out what do you got? That's pretty common. When I did some writing in Nashville, and that was the practice there. You kind of came in with a little notebook and go, I got this idea, or I got this idea, I got this idea. And people just kind of go, well, let's write that and see what comes out of that. And so then it'll just be then somebody will go, hey, you got a chord progression you like right now, or what? And so sometimes it just grows out of the moment, right? And that's, people just stand and stare at each other and go, hi, I met you 10 minutes ago. Let's share our deepest, most intimate, thoughts on the universe kind of stuff. That's songwriting, right? And then when I'm writing by myself, I'll get a title idea, like on that one I got the idea of the trouble kind. And then a lot of it comes out of just playing guitar. Sometimes I'll give myself a songwriting exercise, right? And then sometimes a good song comes out of that, sometimes it doesn't. But and so most of the time I'll have a title idea, but a lot of times I'll be playing guitar and a melody will start to come, and then I'll be looking for an idea. So it can vary. That's my experience, both writing with people and writing by myself.
Okay.
Beth and I both write songs for our band and beyond. I would say that my primary writing style is I find a compelling musical progression, and then work that until I feel like it's strong enough to stand on its own, and then sort of play along to it. And then usually sort of out of the ether comes a melody, and then I start to hum the melody. And when it comes to lyrics, there may be like a theme or an idea to get started, or it may be completely like, just mumbling nonsense, and then suddenly nonsense turns into some words that start to make sense, and then those phrases start to become anchors in the song, and then you have enough of a seed in the song to capture like the emotion that musically you want to capture, that if the rest of the song sort of fills in around those anchor ingredients. And I think I've got some experience similar to the Nashville Rights that Wes mentioned with other people, where it's like a canned version of that almost. You have these ideas that maybe you didn't develop totally, right, and you decide which one is worth sort of sacrificing to the group to maybe make something better out of it than when you started. Beth, do you have anything you want to add to that?
I think my process is pretty similar. Usually starts with chords. Sometimes I'll just hear it in my head and have to figure out the whole thing, but mostly it's starting with the guitar and then adding in the concept and the lyrics.
Okay. Thank you.
Great question.
So with that, since y'all have done a lot of collabs, what do you prefer? Do you like co-writing, or do you like it when you were able to sit down on your own and write a song? Is there one that you prefer?
For us with our projects, I think it really comes down to like who's there, like when the inspiration comes. Like that's probably the only reason why some of the songs that we publish are my songs, or best songs, versus all being co-writes when it comes to that stuff. Yeah. I do think that sometimes you have to work harder to write with other people, but that can be a good thing. And it's, sort of brings, ideas that you might not necessarily draw out of yourself out of you. So it's a worthwhile endeavor.
Yeah, I'm with Johnny. It's I like both. I don't have a preference one way or the other, because the longer you stay in songwriting, you'll get an opportunity in your career, in all likelihood, where somebody comes in and says, I want a song about X for project Y. And when you work with other writers, the thing I have to sacrifice is I'll fall in love with a lyric, and they'll be like, no, I want this lyric. And you gotta be willing to like give stuff up, right? And let stuff go. And it's and that's it. It was harder when I started, and now it's just like, hey, whatever the magic is in the room. And the cool thing about writing with other writers is that you have their vocabulary plus yours. So you're always going to pick up new musical ideas or new ways of melody or things like that from working with other people that grows kind of what you're doing. That's my experience with it. So it's all good.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I agree with everything y'all just said, because that's sort of my take on things. And it is sometimes harder to let go of a lyric, especially once you've like really nailed it down and you think it's something wonderful, and then it's, yeah. Anyway, yeah, with this song's called I Want My Heart Back. And I like writing sad songs. Like, I always have written sad songs. I don't know, it probably says something about me, but whatever. And with this song, I was thinking about just relationships. And when you're going through something bad, like the hardest thing sometimes about a relationship is, and when it ends, is the fact that like you can get your stuff back, you can, kind of forget some memories and all that kind of stuff, but you gave your heart to that person. And more than anything, like you just want to take those feelings back and be like, dang it, I shouldn't have wasted that time. I shouldn't have wasted those thoughts and whatever. And so that's sort of where this song came from. I've never actually played it on guitar. I wrote it on piano, so let's see what happens. I know you got something to say. You don't want to. You don't have to. 'Cause I can see it all on your face. You're feeling guilty. You don't wanna hurt me. Nothing you can say is gonna make this easy. And nothing you can do can ever change the past. Go on with your future, even take some memories. Oh, all I want is my heart back. Yeah, all I want is my heart back. You think I didn't notice you changed? I tried not to, but I didn't trust you. Thought that I was going insane, but you seem so happy. I don't need your pity. And nothing you can do is gonna make this easy. And nothing you can say can never change the past. Go on with your future, even take some memories. Oh, all I want is my heart back. Yeah, all I want is my heart back. Nothing you can do is gonna make this easy. And nothing you can say will ever change the past. So go with your future, please take every memory. Oh, all I want is my heart back. Yeah, all I want is my heart back. Oh, all I want is my heart back.
Oh, wow, that was so beautiful.
Beautiful.
You said very well, Jennifer. Really well. It feels, wow, very intimate and just beautiful. And I appreciate the conversation about songwriting. And it's the same thing goes also with poetry. If you ever, try to, work on a poem together or collaborate, it's that flow. But once you get into flow, then it's magic. Because once you connect, even with a total stranger, but you're sitting down, you feel that energy. And then just, sometimes you can collaborate and songs happen real fast. And sometimes it's 5 years. But it just happens when it's meant to be. It is when it happens. All right, back over to Electric Blue Yonder. That was beautiful, Jennifer.
Absolutely, and very true, Jeff. Sometimes you put it on the shelf because it's like not ready, Sometimes it's because it's like that's going to be a really important one, and you need to wait until you're ready to be able to fully do it justice. sometimes you get ahead of your experience and you have to go live a little more life before you can finish the song. What you want to do, Beth?
You want to do Bluster?
Sure. We mentioned during sound check, there's a song we always play, and it's written by another musician who was a very talented musician. His name is Andrew Lewis. And this song I wrote about his passing. It was an untimely death, and we don't have to get into the details of it, but if you are curious, if you look up Andrew Lewis Montgomery, you'll find some podcasts about what happened. This song is that moment in grief when you realize, like, trying to like relive what could I have done differently? Could I have changed what's already happened? And you move past that part, and you realize that the best thing that you can do for the loved ones that you've lost along the way is to live your life even fuller and carry them with you, and carry on their ideals that you hold dear to yourself in your heart as you live, so that a little piece of them can live with you. So this is Bluster, and it's about that pretty much.
Perception in a box with all your thoughts and no one left around. You've got to let go, the only way you down. But when you're with me, I can't do anything, so let go. Let go as it becomes more clear. We can face it, echo of a memory, swallowed by the truth and all of its calamity. Leak like a photograph exposed unwillingly, but the image still burns. Where did the time go? Lost in an echo, and all that we were is where we
Beautiful.
Wow.
Just beautiful.
Wow, doesn't quite cut it. Oh my God. Yeah, they give me the chills too, Jennifer. That was just absolutely beautiful. And it's just, wow. It's just, and what I really do like about Jeff's place, particularly Songwriters in the Round, is I get to listen to music that I like, that I actually enjoy too. So it's, Wes, I understand finding a place where the music is what you want to be. And that was a running joke in my office. Years ago, I had one of the first internet radio stations I set up, and Pulver Radio was what we called. And we were fiercely independent. We played only independent artists for a while. We did rock and roll. We did different things. And the running joke in my office is that at least somewhere in the world, I could turn on the computer and listen to music I want to hear. And I must tell you, I really enjoy it much better live. And over the 7 years I ran Pulver Radio, we did have some artists who came through town who did play in the studio, and I also had a record label at the time, and it was just such joy and delight to listen to live music, and this is like just truly magical. Wow, that was a wonderful song, and that was just took me to another place, Johnny, Beth. That was like wow. So over to you, Wes and Victoria. My goodness,
that was just fantastic. And I mean, I know where Laurel Canyon is, but it's also apparently in Montgomery, Alabama. I mean, because that's just that heavenly Laurel Canyon kind of vibe you guys got going there. It's spectacular. What did you want to say? Kia G. I'm going to play a co-write, and it kind of picks up on the theme that Johnny and Beth started, and with their story. This is a song that talks about this song goes to what we talked about today. I was asked to go to Taos and meet and write with this guy named Paul Williams. And Paul is the president of ASCAP, for those who don't know. And
there's also Paul Williams.
Yes, Paul Williams. And that Paul Williams wrote he wrote a fairly well-known song called The Rainbow Connection. But he wrote, We've Only Just Begun, and he's written all these huge, old-fashioned love songs. But we could probably spend the next 45 minutes listing all the songs that Paul's written.
Me Against the World.
Shall we? Go ahead. Hey, the theme from The Love Boat, let's not forget that. So, anyway, we meet down there, and we're gonna write together, and it's one of those things we were talking about. You just get in the room, and everybody kind of stares at each other, and so I brought with me the title for a song, and this is great. This is just perfect. This is how songwriting goes sometimes. So I tossed this idea out, and Paul looks at me and goes, "Yeah, meh, like maybe, not so moved in the moment." So we write something different, and then we take a break, and I've got this thing in my brain, and so I'm sitting in my little room at this house where we all met to write at. And I start writing the song. And one of the guys that was co-writing with us heard me playing it and comes into my room and goes, "What's that song?" I said, "Well, this is this idea I wanted all of us to take a look at." And he goes, "Oh no, you gotta try that one again." So around 8 o'clock that night, we sat at the kitchen table. I got my guitar. I started to play this song, the beginning of what I'd started writing. And this time Paul was like, "I'm too tired to work on it, but I like it." And then that was at 8 o'clock. At 10:30 that night, we were still writing, and we'd written everything but the last line of the song. So you just never know when something's going to catch fire in someone's imagination. Stuff you were just going to walk away from might end up being a song. And so quit talking and play the song. But the song also addresses loss, but the title of the song is called "My Love Will Bring You Home." And I like to write songs that could be about, like this song was actually meant to come from a spiritual place, like a spiritual love that brings you home. But I wanted to write it in a way that people that aren't into that kind of thing, they don't connect to life that way, might see a relationship song in it. So when I find the kind of depending on what you're writing on, you don't want to be too on the nose with it. You want to write and leave room for other people to put their story in it. And I guess last thing I'll say about it is there was a really famous Nashville songwriter called Harlan Howard, and he's famous for this saying that great country music is 3 chords and the truth. So since this song has more than 3 chords, I'm not sure if we're going deeper into the truth or further away from it, but it's, I don't know, it's 7 chords and something. You wonder what you might have done to take away their pain at the edges of a heartbreak that words cannot explain. When the helpless hold the hopeless, bathing in a sea of tears. When your dream is lost in moments, when it should have lasted years. When your life becomes a shadow of the life you've always known. Come to me, my love will bring you home. In a season of insanity, where hope means more than air, and the losses feel like crosses, they're impossible to bear. You've been dancing with disaster, it's begun to take its toll. When the night is raining memories that can bruise your very soul. When you cry out loud, we're broken, life has brought you to your knees. Please come to me, my love will bring you home. So imagine there's a window with a view into a world where you can live. It's a doorway to the future that is opened by our kindness when we forgive. To heal you must remember, I am just a thought away. A healing in a heartbeat, and if in time you drift away, once again remember what in your heart you've always known. Come to me, my love will bring you home. Come to me, my love will bring you home.
Oh, so beautiful. I appreciate the Paul Williams on that. My goodness, that was so beautiful.
Yeah, it was fun riding with Paul on that one, and I'm glad it found its way to the world.
That's truly beautiful. Just wow. Wow. All right. Hey, Jennifer, it's up to you. Back to you.
Okay. Yeah, so the Harlan Howard quote, that's like one of my favorite quotes. So thanks for sharing that. So I was gonna sing a song that is gonna be my next single, and I had to like change everything because I can't sing it at the moment. It's a little too high to get there. So I'm going to play a song called Paris, and I've actually shared this song before, but it's probably one of my favorite songs that I've ever written, if that's okay to say. only because of it came out the way that I had envisioned it in my head, if that makes any amount of sense. And it just kind of worked. So this is called Paris. You can see the Eiffel Tower in a park downtown. Pick up a postcard about it, and with a stamp send it round. The whole wide world knows the bitter truth. There's no saving face when it comes to me and you. Paris, Tennessee is where you left me, wondering why love didn't seem to love me. All that's left of you is that color blue, your eyes so bright, like the sky above me. Now I'm standing here thinking there's nothing left to see but this broken heart, yeah, this broken heart in Paris, Tennessee. I packed my things 'cause you were special, unlike anyone else. A love to me that seemed like freedom turned to a ticket straight to hell. Everyone saw that neon sign but me. I guess it's true that love can be blind. Paris, Tennessee is where you left me, wondering why love didn't seem to love me. All that's left of you is that color blue, your eyes were like the sky so bright above me. Now I'm standing here thinking there's nothing left to see but this broken heart, yeah, this broken heart in Paris, Tennessee. Ooh, 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 ooh. Now I'm wandering around these streets, looking for one souvenir to help me remember me. Paris, Tennessee is where you left me, wondering why love didn't seem to love me. All that's left of you is that color blue, your eyes were like the sky so bright above me. Now I'm standing here thinking what's left of me but this broken heart, yeah, this broken heart in Paris, Tennessee.
Wow. So beautiful.
Yeah.
Great hook.
It is, my goodness. Wow. So beautiful, Jennifer. Love your,
Thank you.
love your voice and the way that sounded. Oh my goodness. Thank you for
Thank
sharing.
you.
Yeah, I had a whole guitar part in my mind by the end of that song. It's really catchy.
You should have just played it.
I was worried. I don't know about the lag or not. I'm kind of. I've been tempted several times.
There may be like, but there's a wonderful application called Jamulus that if we were all together in Jamulus, you'd actually, as long as you have a high-speed internet connection, You could actually jam together and you would not notice the lag. It's been almost perfected. It's been working. The project for the last 10 years, for the last 2 years, it's gotten really good.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, keep that in mind.
You can tell Johnny's got some chops there, man. Just waiting to lay him out there.
He's getting ready for the studio.
That's it, his studio.
Yeah, gotta keep on top of it.
That's right.
Do you want? What are you thinking?
Somebody let me tell.
I mean, we could do that. You
Wild
want
card.
wild card?
What do you want to do?
You want to do a kid song or something?
Sure. Sure.
You pick.
We're give it a shot. Let's just try it. See what happens.
Which one?
The song about growing a flower.
Oh, okay. This is our newest song, I think.
Yeah.
Newest finished-ish song. The other day, a couple weeks ago now, I guess it was when it was warm before it got cold, and then warm again. But we saw a little yellow butterfly land on a spider lily, and kind of inspired this song as we were walking back to the house. We're really lucky. Right around the corner from where we live is a spot called the Sanctuary, and it's an 1887 Carpenter Gothic church that got turned into a community center when the church moved out of it. And in the 50s through 80s, it was like a community theater, and they built a second building that was like the shop for it, which is now the recording studio that we record out of. So we are fortunate enough to, in Montgomery, we're going to Muscle Shoals for the other project, but when we're here, we can walk like around the corner and half a block to go collaborate with other musicians, and they can pipe microphones from that church into the studio, so you can get just the most incredible harmonies and stuff. But I don't know, really, that doesn't pertain to the song as much as that's where we were walking from when I saw the butterfly and we decided to write this song. But here we go.
Hello, yellow butterfly. It's so nice for you to drop on by. It's a beautiful day outside. Hello, Mr. Mockingbird. Is that your song that I heard? Did you borrow it from someone? It takes a sun and a shower to grow a beautiful flower and a little bit of love. It takes a sun and a shower to grow a beautiful flower and a little song of love. Hello, little bumblebee, buzzing around so splendidly. Thanks for spreading pollen all around. Spread a little bit here and there. Next thing you know, it's everywhere, and plants are growing from the ground. It takes the sun and a shower to grow a beautiful flower and a little bit of love. It takes the sun and a shower to grow a beautiful flower and a little sprinkle of love. Hello, Mr. Earthworm, digging in your earthworm. Thanks for spreading nutrients all over. Potassium and phosphate, potassium all taste great, but they taste better when they're in potatoes and tomatoes. It takes the sun and shower to grow a beautiful flower
Muddled our way through that one.
Oh my goodness! Wow, love that.
Man, how can you not get a big smile on your face in that song?
Yeah, it's absolutely a fun song. My goodness.
Thank you.
Okay. I want to pick one that Victoria can like play a little harmonica on. I knew this guy. He used to write these books. He's not with us anymore. But great guy. He used his nom de plume was Edward Bear, which I did not know this, but Edward Bear is actually Winnie the Pooh's name in the Milne books. Edward Bear. So I learned this. So this is what he took as his name, and he was a former felon that ended up playing minor league baseball, and he straightened up his life, and he just did all this great work for his community, and he really gave back to the world around him. And he used to drop these things on me, like he'd say, "Hey Wes, just remember this about life," and I'd be like, "Yes," and he'd go, "Life is trial and error," and then he'd walk away, and it was just great because he'd always like drop some kind of little love bomb on me like that. And he loved this song that had been recorded, one of the first singles ever recorded on the Apple, not the people who make the computers, but those Beatles guys' Apple. There was an artist named Mary Hopkins, and she had a song called "Those Were the Days, My Friends." And he loved singing this line about a tavern. And so he inspired me to write him a song. Let's just say he was on the exit ramp. He lived this amazing life, and he was on his way out, and he wanted me to perform, for him, at the gathering when he was gone. And so I wrote this song called "Broken Angels," and this song ended up in a Sony film called Abel's Field, and which is a whole nother long story I won't drag you through, but it was just somebody heard it, and they literally lifted the track off of a YouTube video and put it in the movie. I offered to send them studio tracks, and they went, "We just like the way it sounds on the YouTube video," so we pulled the audio right off of it and cleaned it up and stuck it in our film. I'm like, okay. So much for high fidelity. So anyway, this song "Broken Angels" has that word tavern in it, and this is like, Jennifer was talking earlier about, darn, I wish it hadn't given those feelings away, about the relationships. And this song is as much about when, like for me, when I'm the one that was the knucklehead and I did something, and then I got to look in the mirror, and make peace with me. So I think anybody who's lived a little bit's probably stepped in a few potholes like that. Here we go, kiddo. I went up to heaven and I took a look around. I was searching for perfection. I'll tell you what I found. Everywhere I looked and everyone I saw, broken angels. Broken angels, broken angels. So I went to a tavern just to see who I could find. I was searching for companions. They might help me through this time. But everywhere I looked, in every face I saw, broken angels, broken angels, broken angels. Everybody learns to fall apart. The feathers fray, wings they weaken, halos fade on broken angels. I looked in the mirror just to see who I could see, and I saw my own reflection staring back at me. I looked me in the eyes. That's when I learned how to forgive. Broken angels, broken angels, broken angels. You look life in the eyes. You gotta learn how to forgive. Broken angels, broken angels, broken angels.
Oh wow, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Wow, love that. All right, Jennifer, this is, I guess, this is song number 4. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
you made it. Yay.
Well, okay. You just spoke too soon. We haven't actually made it through it.
Absolute confidence.
So, I thought I'd end with a Christmas song because, you know, it's Christmas and stuff. But I don't know about y'all. Do you ever like look at other songs and change the words to them, or is that just a me thing?
Not always intentionally. Sometimes I just learn them incorrectly for my entire life and then find out.
Okay.
I'm
many
into
years
that.
Well, for me, so my other job is I am a choir director, which I never envisioned I would be a choir director, but here we are. And with some of the hymns, like, I just don't understand them. Like, they're Old English or, you know, Victorian age, and I'm just over there like, I don't know what you mean, but okay. And so this was one that I rewrote to make sense to me. So this is Go Tell It. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. The world was lost in darkness, trapped in sin and strife. God sent down a baby to save the world that night. The angels sang a chorus while wise men came to see the coming of a Savior, sent for you and me. So go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. So if you're lost and weary, overwhelmed by sight, on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Hallelujah, shout it from the mountain high. Christ sent down to save the world that night. Angels sang out, wise men came to praise the King. Hallelujah, to God we sing. And go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. That Jesus Christ is born. Not sure what that feedback was, so we'll just clap it off.
And sorry, our dogs decided to come shake off right in front of the microphone at the end too.
I just thought it was percussion. Like, I thought they were just trying to join in.
Yeah, tambourine. Got a tambourine going there.
I mean, the recording does, so why not?
Yeah, most of the time Maki is pretty on time, but Sirius is got a knack. Yeah, he travels to the beat of his own drum. Definitely. Wow, this has been awesome.
You're beautiful.
Yeah, I was thinking that they're perfect.
Ooh.
I mean, we did get a Canyon shout out, so we should probably.
All right. It's gonna
All
be
right,
kinda
we're gonna
weird.
do a little bit of a. It's an excerpt from the Perfect Suite, which is basically the B side of our latest record. It's the happy part after you come out of the depths of loss and grief, and this is the middle song entitled Perfect in the Perfect Suite, and it's kind of it's a challenge for us, but hey, we're having fun, right?
Yeah,
you guys
everybody sounds great.
Will you walk somehow we'll find ourselves brand new. And I don't want to cause no trouble. But just don't understand why I give and I give and I give, but they take it all away. Living is hard, dying is easy. Just need a second, it's not gonna take all day. So please let me say, you're just so perfect. Yes, you know that it's true. Each and every one of you are just so perfect in every single way. So let's play in the rain. Watching sunset, saying sunrise, riding on bikes and chasing butterflies. Running to die. Running around, pouring rain, laughing so hard we forget our name. And it's too late. You're just so perfect. Yes, you know that it's true. Hey, I'm looking at you, 'cause y'all just so perfect in every single way. So let's play in the rain. Just so perfect. I really can't understand. Is it some sort of plan, man? Because how is it possible that each and every one of you sitting in front of your computers right now in your own homes could be so perfect?
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Wow. Oh my God.
Boy.
Wow. What
Plug my headphones back in real quick.
that was fun. Absolute fun. My goodness.
Holy a blast.
That's good. Now we need that sync up.
Yeah, now we did that. Yeah, that was like space folk for sure. That one. That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Amazing.
Thank you. That's one of those ones that had to sit on the shelf for a while until we were able to play it, because it took technical prowess beyond our years when we first started it.
That was a workout, man, that one.
Yeah, that's part 2 of 3, and all of it together is like 20 minutes, and it's
Wow.
like pretty much need to take a seat afterwards when we do it all together.
Wow.
Well, I'm inclined to want to feature some more harmonica just because I'm always inclined to want to feature harmonica.
Oh, before you do that, can I just say I love the harmonica, and
It's
Need some recording on your.
I keep forgetting to say something before we play because I'm listening to Jennifer, and your stuff's great, Jennifer. I'm sorry, your stuff's great over here, Jennifer. And then your stuff down here is great. But no, I something I'm kind of particular about with harmonicas, and it's come up recently. We have another friend, Jerome Miller, down in Key West. Is I love a tender harmonica, and you're like, not that it's timid by any means, but like you can hear the soul, and like sometimes people really like, chomp down, and it's like kind of almost like harsh and brash, but like the tender touch that you have, Victoria, is just, thank you for that.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
I completely agree with you, Johnny. And I'm not just saying that because I'm married to her. She plays for the people who are like, how do I do this when I play the home game? She plays what's called first position harmonica. So if a song is in the key of A, she'll be playing an A, right? Mm-hmm. And the tonic of the key, right? So a lot of these harmonica players you're talking about play blues style harmonica. So they're going to play a fourth above. Mm-hmm. And they're going to be in D, and they're going to be doing all these draw notes and all this rhythmic chunka stuff. Mm-hmm. And which is cool, man. I mean, that's a real art form, but Victoria's always played that sort of, almost like a violin player, playing melody lines as opposed to the rhythmic style of blues harmonica.
Yeah, and I've lived overseas, so I also have some different kinds of music in my head.
I can hear that. I feel like I don't know how many professional recordings you're on, but I feel like I recognize your style somewhere. So I don't know if that's influences or.
It's possible.
Yeah, I haven't really met anybody that quite plays like me, but I learned isolated, so I didn't know how to play the blues, and all I knew how to do was folk is what I grew up, folk and country. And so playing that, I started playing when I was in high school, so I didn't have anybody to play with until I met Wes.
Guys, we were so naive when we got our first.
This is hilarious.
We meet and we're going to play music together. And I'd written some songs, and we had our first gig, and we go to a music store to buy harmonicas, and we walk in and we go. This guy goes, "Well, what key do you want?" And we're like, just like cows staring at a field, man. We had no clue. I didn't even know what a key was back then, Too much music theory later. Now I probably know more about it than I need to, but we didn't know, so we just bought, how many keys can we buy? And then we looked at how much money we had between us, and we bought every key we could, and then literally went home, and I would play the song, and she'd play a harmonica, and we made a chart of, this harmonica works for this song.
It sounds good with this one.
We had no clue, man. It was just hilarious. So here we are, all these miles later. Yes. So, so speaking of keys, this one's in the key of C. And, I've done a few shows with Jennifer, and I know what she's been through to be where she's at, and I'm a fan of Jennifer's work, and now I'm a fan of you guys' work, because you guys are amazing. And
harmonies are
God, the voices and just the writing and everything, and just the vibe here in the pulver verse, as I like to call it. It's now meta, right, Jim? It's like Jeff. It's the metaverse of Jeff Pulver, but
Polar metaverse.
I probably have the. I
like Polarverse better.
Pulververse I can remember.
Yeah.
So this song is like, no matter what you go through, you got more to deal with it than maybe you got. And this thing, the title of this song is. It's one of those song titles that has a parentheses, like the first few words are in parentheses, and the words that are in parentheses are "Your Spirit Is," and then the title of the song is called "Hard Thing to Kill." So this is the song.
We're gonna do the whole.
Do you want to do? Yes, let's do it. Just bring in the American folk tradition
This is the
here.
Americana, and and this is part of my roots. Kind of that. I'll play it.
All right, go for it. Now the sun brings a new day, all its distraction. Lord, you find out your words, they mean less than your action. You swim against a tide that is not of your will, but you find out your spirit's a hard thing to kill. Now it seems like your mind can get broken in two, when your highs and your lows, they distort what feels true. You know that there's holes in this world you can't fill, but you find out your spirit's a hard thing to kill. So hopes come and go, but your spirit remains. You get driven by dreams that don't even have names. Regret and old sorrow that haunted your youth, they get healed by the love of your spirit's sweet tears. Well, your stories get told, and your prayers, they're all said. But your soul, it's much bigger than what's in your head. You sit at life's table, life brings the bill, and you pay with that spirit life just can't kill. Forgiving yourself, man, that's part of this deal. When you find out your spirit's a hard thing to kill. Yeah, you find out your spirit's a hard thing to kill.
Oh wow, that was amazing! All of you, wow, what a wonderful one to end on, and my goodness, what a beautiful show! Thank you all for being part of Songwriters in the Round today. It's just a wonderful journey, and Oh my goodness, I love the music today. It was just absolutely special. And Jennifer, thank you for doing it despite how you were feeling. And
Thank you.
oh my goodness, Johnny and Beth, I look forward to hearing you in the studio. Maybe I can actually figure that out, because you guys must be amazing in the studio. It's wonderful to hear you live here, and just such a privilege. And Victoria and Wes, my goodness, thank you so much for coming here, and thanks for helping make 2021 a better year for us. Let me tell you, it's been hard all around, and this show is what keeps me going at times. And shout outs to Lauren and Harry for keeping the sanity. And
Yeah, great job as always, guys. Thank you.
thank you for that. And we will be back. Are we doing live shows the rest of the year, guys? Lauren, Harry, yes. Yes, maybe.
We have we definitely have a show the 23rd, and we're looking for one for the 30th. And we have our performers here. Whoever can, shoot me a line. I'm gonna send you all, everybody an email to see who's around. But we definitely have a few for next week, and we have Emily for the 30th. So why not?
All right, and maybe we'll do music of the 80s, I guess, sometime in January.
In January, yeah.
Well, we
We'll
did
see. Jennifer's coming twice then in January. She said yes.
60s and 70s, although I would do 70s again. But
No, they said the 80s. Come on, you got to give us younger people a chance to.
whatever. Anyway,
I know, not me. I'm not the younger one.
but really, best of the holidays to everyone. Have a very happy new year. Look forward to having. Thank you for joining our show, whether you're listening live on the replay. But this is an absolutely beautiful time for music. Thank you all for sharing your magic with us. It's truly an honor, and I'm humbled to be in the to be here with all of you. It's just wow. So thank you so much. And if you are listening and you're in the chat, please don't be shy. You know, our artists do appreciate tips. So please be generous whenever possible. This is the season of giving, after all. So please give if you can. And love and light to all of you. And really look forward to the next show. And thank you for supporting Jeff's Place. And see you soon. Lauren, Harry, thank you so much for hosting, for producing.
Yeah, thanks.
Recording stopped.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
great music, guys. God, such good music today.
Is there
What
any
a
way
show. Oh
we
my
can
goodness.
hear that song